And the players beginning to come back out. But if you wouldn't mind just listening to me for 1 second, I have one very special announcement. I'd like to say, and I'd love you to give a round of applause after this, if you wouldn't mind, congratulations to the retirement of US Navy officer Ronald O'Connor for his 24 years of military service. Thank you so much, and thank you to all of the military, not just you, sir. But thank you to all of you, and 24 years of service, magic, and thank you so much for showing your appreciation to him and the men and women of our armed forces. Brilliant. All right, come on teams, let's go and have a bit of fast, fun polo. And I'd like to welcome all our guests who are enjoying the Positive Energy Polo Lounge today. All right, Baltimore going the short distance, only 40 odd yards towards the Newport goal. Newport defending it, and umpire Patrick Quigley going to throw the ball in between them, and the clock starts. And the ball bounces out in favour of Newport, and Heather can clear it up the field. Here goes Heather, and she usually flies. She's got the second shot. Going with her is Estani. Oh, she didn't get the cut. And Estani tries to get a backhand. Doesn't really get what he wanted, and Patrick, no, that's Nik Feldman onto it. Trying to find where is the ball. Nobody's really got it. And a little backhand by George Hempt. Finds Estani Puch. Estani looking upfield. Two of his players are making a move. Estani's going to try and pass it up there. He just kept it on the boards. Rory Torrey going over towards Nik Feldman. It's right on the boards at the moment. Nik Feldman, neat play from him. Sort of takes Rory out of the play. Nik Feldman on the near side. That's the left-hand side of the pony. Nik Feldman still going. Ball bouncing around a bit. And lucky for Newport, it bounces over the back line. So Rory will bring the ball in. He's got Minnie. If he looks up now, you can see Heather unmarked over on this side. He could unload. He's going to go the other way, though. Unfortunately, he put the ball right in front of George Hempt, and George said thank you very much, had a go at hitting it. George has had another go, and Jim Stanton, luckily for Rory, didn't get the forward shot he needed at the goal. Rory's had a couple of really bad hit-ins so far. He needs to get his thinking game hat on to get Newport moving. On the boards over at the far side, the number 3, Nik Feldman, trying to turn it round towards the centre. Gets a great pass towards Estani Puch. Estani on the left-hand side, the near side. Gets the shot, but doesn't really get the angle. And another hit in. Let's hope Rory doesn't put it in front of one of the Baltimore players again. So now Rory going away on the far side. Protecting his line a little bit better this time, but going towards him, Jim Stanton. Rory going to try and get the pass up towards Minnie. It's there for Minnie. Oh, swing and a miss from Minnie. Estani Puch picks it up. Little turn from him. Now it's better. Heather waiting for him. Heather's going to ride him off. Nice bump from Heather. Well played, Heather. Keep going. Play it on the near side. There you go. Well played, Heather. Heather now, why did I say that? I just said well played, Heather, and then she loses out. She's going to try and hook Estani. Now Estani going round and now gets the backhand. Unfortunately hits a pony, but brilliantly met by George Hempt. Hempt going forward, doesn't get it. Friedman coming across, but Nik Feldman get the better of Peter at the moment. Nik Feldman going forward. Rory Torrey gets enough of a backhand. Minnie turning. Jim Stanton trying to hook Minnie's stick. That's better from Minnie. She's clearing it up the field. She needs to get going though. Jim Stanton gets there. Minnie gets a little near side shot. Can she get another one? Peter's over the top of it. The number 3, Nik Feldman, picks it up. Nik Feldman going across. Doesn't get the shot he needs, nor does Heather. Can Peter Friedman get it? No. It's bouncing around a lot at the moment. And a whistle goes. It looks like somebody's lost a stirrup. And Minnie Keating's just going to pick up the stirrup leather, I think. Is it a stirrup leather? And it looks like the stirrup belongs to the number 2 of Baltimore, George Hempt. He's just going to put it back on the saddle. Normally they're tied on fairly tight, these stirrup leathers, so they wouldn't come off. And the clock is stopped, so we're not wasting any time while this goes on. It's known as a sort of attack time. And he's got the stirrup leather back attached to the saddle. And we'll see what the umpires are going to do. Yeah, it looks like there was an infringement in favor of the Newport team, so Baltimore will retreat. It's going to be a penalty from the middle of the ground. And let's see what Rory Torrey can do with this. If he hits it well, he can certainly get all the way to the goal. He's looking like he's going to go for the big shot. He's got certainly a lot of power on it. It's going to make the whole distance, but it's well wide, so we'll have a hit into Baltimore. And back there to bring it in is Estani Puch. Estani taps it in. Oh, he's over the top of it. Is one of the Newporters attacking it? No, Estani was quickly onto it himself. And now he sort of takes Minnie out of the play. Rather neat play from Estani. Tries to pass it up to Nik Feldman. Nik Feldman taken out of it by Heather. Rory Torrey turns on it. Coming down the line very quickly was Estani Puch. And I think the umpires are going to have to see what they decide. And I think it's going to have to be a penalty against Rory. So yes, the umpire's just having a quick chat and just double checking with the third man in case they're not too sure themselves. And unfortunately the call went against the home team. Estani Puch coming down the line of the ball at a much better angle than what Rory Torrey was. So it's a 60-yard penalty in favor of Baltimore. And this will be the first penalty of sort of within goal striking distance. It's defendable, so the Newport team in red will be between the ball and the goal mouth, putting themselves on the line to stop this ball if they possibly can. And we've got the number 4 for Baltimore, Estani Puch, to take it. And Newport are 30 yards away from the ball when he takes this. Looks like he's going to go for the big shot. Opens the shoulders, lofts it beautifully, but we're hoping it going wide. We're waiting for the umpires and the goal judge. The goal judge is not enthusiastically waving down, but I guess by the look of the umpire, Patrick Quigley, it went wide. So hit in to Newport. Rory Torrey to take it. He goes across the face of his goal again. Can he get a bigger shot onto it this time? Nice play by George Hempt, waiting for him though, trying to put pressure on him. He does put pressure. Rory gets a lovely lofted shot up the field for Heather to chase. Heather's got the better of it. Oh, she didn't get the angle though. She got the hit for sure. And it runs out over the back line. And another hit into Baltimore. And here comes Estani Puch. He's going at speed across the face of his goal. He's going to keep going at speed. He really is. He's got a good full gallop on. Can he get it up the field? No, he's going to suddenly slow down, look upfield. He's going for the under the neck shot, trying to find his number 3, Nik Feldman. Nik Feldman there with Rory Torrey. Torrey turning it beautifully. Well played, Rory. He needs to have one of his players in front of him for him to pass it to. Heather's taking off at speed on the near side. Heather doesn't get the shot. Good backhand from Estani Puch. Look at that. Beautifully passed to his number 3. Phew, lucky for us, the number 3 didn't want to take it on. Jim Stanton having a go at it. Now the number 2, George Hempt. George Hempt going towards the Newport goal. Rory Torrey trying to ride him off. Does enough. Puts enough pressure on him. Rory Torrey gets a little touch on it. Can Rory Torrey get the ball up the field? He's fighting hard with Estani. Rory, great big bumper from him. Can Rory get it away? He's got the number 3 now fighting for him. Nik Feldman trying to push Rory Torrey off. Rory's still trying to fight for it. Little backhand from Nik Feldman. Puts it back into the middle of the field. And here comes Estani Puch, the number 4 for Baltimore. This is better stuff from Newport. They're playing their men much better. Heather takes the man out. Oh, should have stayed with him. Backs it right to Estani Puch. Estani going straight at the Newport goal. This is, looking good for Baltimore. We have 55 seconds left in this Chukker. Patrick Quigley rolls the ball in. Heather gets the first touch on it. Unfortunately gets past her. And we've got the number 2, George Hempt, fighting for it. Does well. It's underneath Rory Torrey. Rory Torrey turning well. He's got 2 Baltimores on him. Can he slip them? Oh yes, he plays it out of the air. Nice tap from Rory. Another great tap from Rory. Enough from Rory. Well played, Rory. There goes the 30-second bell, and the score is cut to a difference of 1 as Rory. And now Newport going down towards the pony lines. There's only 8 seconds to go. The umpire blows the ball in. Peter Friedman's going to be there for Newport. Gets the backhand he wanted. Heather picks it up, and there goes the second bell to end the Chukker, with Newport actually on the attack this time. And the teams will go off and change their ponies again.